What's going on YouTube? It's Mike here. Today guys, I'm going to be reviewing the brand new iPhone 5. So yes guys, today in this video I will be reviewing the iPhone 5. This is the 16GB black AT&T model that I picked up just a few weeks ago, 6 days or 5 days after release. So far I've been pretty happy with it, so today I want to give my full review, thoughts, and pretty much just overview of the iPhone 5, what's new, and the cool specs and features of it. So obviously the first thing that people notice off the bat is the brand new, all beautiful looking design. Now, no, it's not that teardrop design we hoped, but it is that liquid metal design that we knew was coming, that was rumored back in February, and as you can see, it looks beautiful. I absolutely love this thing, especially the design of it. It's just so clean and slick. It's 18% thinner and 20% lighter. Or it might be the other way around, 18% lighter and 20% thinner. I'm pretty sure it's the first way. But either way, it is a beautiful looking and feeling phone. Definitely it does feel a lot lighter. Some people complain that it feels cheap considering it's lighter. But in my opinion, it really doesn't. It just feels like, Apple's kind of just changed everything and they're working to make things lighter. And better. And like I said, the design is just beautiful. It feels great. It's very elegant, very smooth to the touch, and I gotta say, I just love the design of this thing. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some of the important specs and kind of design, starting with the front here. Of course, we have our speaker, our front camera, which is now moved to the top, and the proximity sensor moved to the center, or sorry, the left over here, and then of course just our simple home button on the bottom. Now over here where the volume rockers are, obviously that because it is a liquid metal kind of design to it now, it is in a kind of slate color, and we still have our same volume buttons and ring and silent switch, so that hasn't really changed. And then of course up here we have our power button, no longer a headphone jack right here where it should be. That's been moved to the bottom. And so we'll actually go ahead and get to the bottom now. So our headphone jack has been moved down here from up here, which is quite a bit of a change. I'm still trying to get used to that myself. I'm not 100% used to it. So it's still the same 3.5mm headphone jack. Of course, you know, we have our speakers and mic right down here. The grills on it have kind of changed. Personally, I think it's gotten a lot louder. However, I don't think the audio is just as clear as what I had on my 4S, but maybe it just needs a software update and maybe it'll kick in, but otherwise it does work great. And then of course we have the lightning port on the bottom, which is Apple's new way of charging this device, particularly the iPhone 5, the iPod Touch 5G, and hopefully soon the new iPad using Apple's new lightning cable, which goes in one way, comes out, and goes in the same way on the other side, and also is much smaller compared to the previous iPhone dock connector. On the side here we just have our nano SIM tray, which hasn't really changed much, except for the fact that it is a nano SIM instead of a micro SIM like it previously was. On the back, this thing is just gorgeous. We still have our 8-megapixel 1080p camera on the rear. By the way, the front camera is now 720p HD, along with our flash, and the microphone that used to be up here is now moved in between the camera lens and the flash, as you can see right in between there. That's where the microphone is. It is two-tone, so depending on your color, the color will be on the top and the bottom, and then the middle, the big, probably the point of the phone, is just all liquid metal, and it is this beautiful slate color. We have our Apple logo, iPhone, and all the information down there, and it's just on all angles. Pretty much this thing just looks gorgeous. And this product also ships with Apple's new EarPods, and they are really great. If you haven't seen my review and unboxing of them, definitely go check it out on my channel and see my full review of them. One of the main differences with the new iPhone, of course, is the screen. That's the main star of the show, which is now a 4-inch screen compared to our 3.5-inch screen that we had on all previous Apple devices, except the iPad. So the 4-inch screen is very beautiful. It's got a 44% increase on color saturation, and this 4-inch display is also featured on the brand new iPod Touch 5G that just shipped out about a week ago, so it is very nice. It does add a 5th row of icons. Now, it does take some time to get used to in terms of, you know, the larger keyboard and just larger everything. But I picked up my brother's 4S for just a few minutes and I was like, wow, this screen feels tiny. So it is definitely a lot different. Some apps just haven't been updated yet, for example, YouTube. But you will notice a black bar on the bottom of the screen in between the app and the actual phone itself, and it is still a 3.5-inch scale. But some apps have been updated, however, to run the beautiful 4-inch screen, and eventually, hopefully soon, all apps that still get updates will be updated to fit this 4-inch screen. Now let's go ahead and talk about a bit of the speed. I already went over all of this in my LTE kind of test in this video, but I will just give you a quick demo just to show you some speed. So I'll just type in here Apple, and we'll just load up Apple's web page. We are on LTE 3-bar strength, as you can see. That's how fast the site loaded up, and I will just click apple.com right here. That is how fast it kicked in there, guys. We'll just look at some of the web pages. Let's go ahead and watch the keynote. As you can see, it loads up just like that. And take it away, Apple. There you go. The video has already uploaded about the iPhone 5. It already has loaded up on my screen. Obviously, it is going to take a few seconds to buffer. But otherwise than that, it is loading up. It is currently playing. Go ahead. Give you kind of a shot there. And let me just turn this down to give you an example. As you could see, the video fits the full screen, so there is no kind of like, how should I say it, like, kind of just extra blackness on the screen. Like, it is completely filled in. There are no spots missing, so it's full screen, everything, and, like I said, it looks really nice, fits great on the phone, and, yeah, it just looks great in general, and loads up very fast. Here I am browsing this video right on LTE. You can see it is in clear, stunning HD, with no lag, buffering, or pause. Next, let's take a little bit look of Siri on the iPhone. How tall is LeBron James?
Looking up LeBron James. LeBron James is 6'8".
And there you go, you could see it gave me all that information very quick, again, on 3 bars of LTE. So that's just a test there. You can see the rest of my Siri demo up on my channel, but that's one of the new main features in iOS 6. Speaking of iOS 6, that's the next main thing that I want to get into about this phone. So this is running the operating system of iOS 6. Here we'll go to General, About, and as you can see right there on the bottom, it does say version 6.0. This is the newest version. So there are a lot of new things updated. Obviously, it's been optimized for the iPhone 5 and the iPod Touch 5G, considering the big screen. But nothing has really changed much. You know, they've added a few new apps. They've pulled the YouTube app, which everyone goes nuts about. And of course, there's the Maps mayhem that no one can stop talking about. But otherwise, it's a solid operating system, not gonna lie. You know, Apple always addresses bug fixes. However, I have noticed a lot more bugs in this version of iOS 6 than previous beta versions of iOS 6. I don't know why. I think Apple just needs to update it, but it does ship with iOS 6. Using A4S here, I'm going to time the startup of this iPhone 5 and see how long it takes. Here we go. So here we go. I'm not going to speed this clip up or anything. You can see it directly, how fast it's actually going to take. Now, I know that the iPad 2 comes in at under 20 seconds, so we're going to stop it right as the phone boots up and see how it actually comes in. And there we go. So 17.6 seconds. I did stop a little late, so we'll give it 17 seconds. That is impressive for a device like this with 1 GB of RAM. Of course, with the A6 Intel processor chip. So not gonna lie, very quick, very fast, and very speedy. And it's already connected to my AT&T network of LTE. Still on those 3 bars, probably just where my office is located. So at a 17.6 second range, I'm not gonna lie, that is very fast. Like I said, 1 GB of RAM. A6 chip inside the iPhone 5, which is a new thing as well. It's only in the iPhone 5. No other device that's brand new for this thing, so it is going to be very fast too. And one thing people are very impressed with is how fast pictures can be taken. Watch this. So that's how fast the shutter sound is and stuff, because that's what people are most impressed about. And that's really the test, I guess you could say, to the A6 chip and how fast the phone actually is. And just looking here at the iPhone 5 and the 4S, obviously, like I said, there is a big screen difference. You could see that extra 5 row of icons, and that's just an idea of how big the screen is compared to the two devices. Like I said, big difference, and you'll notice it when you first pick up an iPhone 5, how much bigger the screen actually is. It feels very weird to just use the 4S's screen for a little bit of time after using the iPhone 5 for so long. Like I said, feels like a big difference. Alright guys, that is it for my review of the iPhone 5. If you like this video, please leave some comments below on your thoughts. Of course, rate, give this video a thumbs up, and click the subscribe button up top. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.